Hey YouTube, this is Brian from Custom Fast RC, bringing you the final update video on the TC5. As I had mentioned in earlier videos, this car was inspired by the Detroit Motor City RC Club. Watching their videos early on sparked my interest in RC drag racing cars. This is my first attempt at a drag racing RC. This is 4-cell. I'm not going to go 6-cell on this one. That'll be for future projects. Believe it or not, 4-cell does have plenty of kick to it, and this will definitely be like a training type car to get me used to what to do as far as setup and launching and driving, and basically this is going to be my trainer. Tried a couple of different things on this body. As you can notice, I cut the rear part of the car away to reduce drag, body drag on the car. Something a little bit different. Don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but definitely going to see. See my wheelie bar here? This is homemade. This bottom part here is made out of plastic, and this part is aluminum. I did do the anodizing on that. Big fat foams back there. Very pleased with the way this car came out. I have no idea what it's going to do. The only thing I do know is it is a 1.8 gear ratio on it right now. All day Dre taught me a little bit about that. This is a 1970 Dodge Challenger. Kind of been getting into that thing Dan P's been into. A drag racing car should be a old muscle car in my own mind, and possibly in his. Drag racing, street racing started back in the 60s and the 70s with the old muscle cars. Take a look inside. I like these right here. Many times I've lost clips in the grass and the ground. This will help locate them a little bit better. Very excited about getting my first run video in. Believe it or not, it's been just about a year since I posted my first video. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. This body here is carbon fibered for stiffness, so we don't get flapping in the wind and all that other stuff. So you get no body flex here. Okay, let's get the camera off the stand here. Try to pretend that I know all about drag racing RCs, because I don't. What I do know is what I learned from others. So hopefully within the next day or so I'll be out at the island with the Detroit Motor City RC Club, giving this one a try. This car has been out there once already, but didn't have my 4PK together and ready to go, so I just used a stock Team Associated transmitter, and it was a piece of junk. So got the aluminum drive pulleys in there. Definitely a rarity with TC5s. Got the Hobby Wing SC8 speed controller. Castle Cat Pack hidden underneath there. I did not put a BEC on this vehicle yet. Not sure if I'm going to need it or not, but we'll see. Got the Castle 2400 kV. Heard many people say there is no difference between this one and the one used on a funny car, but there are a few differences. For one, the shaft size. This one has the 3mm or 1/8 inch shaft on it, and the funny car one has the 5mm. And another noticeable difference, if you go to turn the motor, the funny car motor shaft has a real hard magnetic pull, meaning that it's a little bit tougher to turn than this one. This one turns nice and easy and smooth, but yet the magnets are bigger in it, so have to do some more homework on that and find out what differences that's all about. Closer look at the drag bar. These tires here were inspired by Outlaw RC. He's running these on his Fortec, or at least he was. Not sure if he still is or not, but they're the Exceeds Lola Nitro tires. I'm going to give the SMC a shot. I have some nanotechs also that I'm going to be trying in this car. This right here acts as a support, a little bit of weight, but the main reason I put it on there was to cover the belts. In cars like the TC5, the belts run across the top of the car, and with all these wires and everything, all this stuff going on, I don't want them interfering with the belts at all. That's made out of aluminum. Throw a little bit of carbon fiber on there to dress it up a little bit. Yeah, pleased with the way that turned out. Originally I was going to go with the 48 pitch gearing on this, but I decided to go with the Mod 1. That was a difficult hop up. Took me a while to get these Mod 1s to work on this car. TC5 definitely doesn't leave a lot of room for modifications or improvement to get these to run on Mod 1 gearing. Closer shot at that aluminum drive pulley. But yeah, fellas, this is it. It's gonna be my first attempt at drag racing. Hopefully everything turns out okay. Heard there's some guys out there getting over 100 miles an hour on 4cell. Not quite sure if I'm gonna do speed runs with this, but I'm sure I will. Got a little bit more done on the dual motor Ofna. Check that out. See if I can grab this here. It's almost done. Like I say, not afforded a ton of time, but everything's just about done. Got to mount the receiver. All these wires here are for the fans. I have 8 fans on this car. Got 2 there. 2 on the speed controllers, obviously. Got 2 little tornado fans down here. That's to pull air out from underneath the ESC plate. There's really not much place for air to get through and cool things off a little bit. And you got 2 more fans over here. Got my servo. Ended up with a 500-ounce Monster Torque Fataba. Or Savox, sorry about that. Got two cat packs right here. Sitting on a cat pack plate right there. Got the speed controller wires wrapped up and tucked into that cat pack plate. So these will sit down there just like that, nice and clean. Pretty much the only thing I have left on this car is the body and wire up the batteries, and then she will be ready. Kind of glad that I got the TC5 done first. It'll give me a chance to get some practice in. Something like this is definitely out of my league at this time, but I wanted to build it anyways. So there it is, the dual motor Ofna with the twin Poseidon 1527s, 1500 kV. I am going to run the fans on a separate power system. I'm going to buy a smaller LiPo of some sort. Put all these fans on a switch. 2 XL2 should be plenty to power all those fans, but I'd rather just put them on their own power source and be done with it. And I do anticipate getting in a run with this car before the snow does fall. I did order a couple sets of the, people are calling them the 200-mile-an-hour tires from BSRs, but he claims they're good to about 170. OC Withers has a set of them on his BMT, and I tell you what, that the way that car handles, they definitely are worth the money. These tires here are just for look. They're the Sweep Slicks. In videos I'll be using tires like this just to clean things up a little bit. White A-scale buggy foams are kind of boring to look at, so still messing around with the rustler a little bit. Come up with a few brake ideas. Definitely hoping to get that in before the winter also. Like I say, guys, it's just I work every day. Every now and then I'll get a Wednesday off, and just not much time for RCs, so I get in what I can get in. But that's about it for now. Like I said, I'm going to be going out to the island, Belle Isle in Detroit, Michigan, probably within the next few days to give the TC5 a chance or a try. Get the ball rolling in a drag racing thing and see what happens. And try to get as much as I can out of that TC5. And then we'll definitely move on to something else. As always, if you guys got any questions about anything, please feel free to hit me up. Oh, one more other thing I wanted to show you before I forget. Rodney had this set up on his Ofna. It's these turnbuckles right here that run from the upper A-arm to the steering post. He said that he got it off somebody, and I guess there is a couple other guys doing it, but Ofnas are inherent for this upper A-arm being real sloppy. I did take out a lot of the slop by putting this bushing in here, but you could virtually get rid of all the slop by putting this turnbuckle in here. It's an awesome idea. May try to hook something up on the bottom of the arm also, but yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. Not my idea, it's been done before, but for those of you that don't know about it, there's another update for your Ofnas. Alright, getting back to the goodbyes. Like I say, get in touch if you have any questions, and have a good night. and talk to you in a couple days for that run video. Later.